helped Ram, a 10-year-old boy, walked through a bustling park in Delhi, lost in his own world. His young face, usually bright and cheerful, was etched with a seriousness far beyond his years. He was returning from school, and a single, heavy thought echoed in his mind. Failure is the biggest enemy. The sound of other children laughing nearby only seemed to amplify his sadness, a stark contrast to the storm brewing within him. But was this belief really true? Was failure the insurmountable wall he imagined it to be? The world around him blurred, and we are drawn into Ram's immediate reality. He's sitting at his study desk, not with the usual energy of a child ready for play, but with his head bowed in defeat. In front of him lies an exam paper. As the camera zooms in, a single word, circled in glaring red ink, screams out, "Fail." The world seems to shrink. The sounds of the city fade, and all that remains is the frantic, heavy thump of his own heartbeat, which soon fades into a deafening silence. The walk home was a long and lonely journey under a sky that mirrored his mood grey and overcast. His footsteps echoed on the pavement, each one a heavy reminder of his perceived failure. As if on cue, a soft rain began to fall, little tears from the sky. He entered his house silently, hoping to go unnoticed, but a mother's eyes missed nothing. She looked up from her work in the kitchen, her warm smile faltering as she saw his downcast face. "Ram, why are you so upset?" she asked, her voice gentle and full of concern. He couldn't meet her gaze. Sinking onto the sofa, he felt the weight of the world on his small shoulders. His voice trembled as he finally confessed, "Mum, I failed again." He braced himself for the lecture, the disappointment, the anger. But what came next was something he never expected. Instead of scolding, his mother's face softened, and she gave him a calm, reassuring smile. Her warmth was like a ray of sunshine breaking through the clouds. "My son," she said kindly, her voice a soothing balm, "failure is not a bad thing." Ram looked up, his eyes wide with surprise. This was not the reaction he was prepared for. His mother came and sat beside him, taking his small hand in hers. "Do you know," she continued, "that failure is the best teacher you will ever have in life?" As she spoke, images flickered through Ram's mind, a scientist's experiment exploding before a breakthrough, an athlete stumbling just before the finish line only to train harder, an artist crumpling up a sketch before creating a masterpiece. "Every time we fail," his mother explained, "it shows us our mistakes. It points us to where we need to improve. It doesn't break us. It helps us grow stronger and wiser." Ram listened, and with each word, the heavy weight on his chest began to lift. A spark of understanding lit up his eyes. "Failure is not the end, my son," she said, her voice filled with conviction. "It's the first step toward success." A hopeful, gentle melody began to play, mirroring the shift in Ram's heart. He nodded slowly, her words sinking in, planting a seed of hope. A new thought took root in his mind. If I learn from my mistakes, I can win next time. He picked up the failed exam paper again. But this time he didn't see defeat. He saw a roadmap. He saw the questions he got wrong, the concepts he hadn't understood. He saw his path forward. That night, and for many nights after, Ram studied with a newfound determination. The clock ticked away, marking the hours he spent poring over his books, not out of fear, but with a desire to learn. He worked harder than ever before, carefully revising each chapter, each formula. One evening, his mother brought him a cup of hot tea, her eyes shining with pride. "You're learning, Ram," she said softly. "That's what matters most." He looked up and smiled, a genuine, confident smile. "Yes, Mum," he replied. The day of the next exam arrived. In the hall, Ram was a different person. He was calm, focused, and confident. He wrote his answers with a steady hand, no longer a boy paralyzed by fear, but a student empowered by his own effort. When the exam ended and the papers were collected, a sense of peace washed over him. Then came result day. A crowd of nervous students gathered around the notice board. Ram pushed through, his heart pounding, but this time with anticipation, not dread. He scanned the lists, searching for his roll number, and then he saw it. His eyes widened, and a huge grin spread across his face. Next to his name were the words, "Pass excellent marks." An uplifting, triumphant melody swelled, a soundtrack to his victory. He didn't walk home. He ran, pure joy propelling him forward. He burst through the door, shouting, "Mom, I did it! I did it!" She met him with a wide smile, and they shared a long, heartfelt hug. As he held his mother, Ram understood the profound truth in her words. Failure wasn't his enemy. It was his guide, his mentor, his teacher of hope. He had learned the most valuable lesson of all. Failure is not the opposite of success, is the beginning of it.